welcome back to the Happy Place Diaries. I'm Jerry.
And I'm Teresa.
And in this video, we're going to talk about how we get here. So stay tuned. So we are doing this video in collaboration with 5 other channels, and we'll put their logos and links to all of their channels in the description below. Highly encourage you to check out those channels because they're really great folks, and the perspective that
others have.
Yeah, you know, we don't all think and act alike. That's for sure. All right, so the topic for this collaboration is planning. In this video, we're discussing how we go about our annual plan.
Right.
So for us, because we're not full-time, our annual plans get a little complicated.
Right, especially since Oregon State Parks, you can only do it 9 months in advance. So we're kind of between the 9 and 12 months of planning. So
right, so the calendar is an issue all by itself. But when we do an annual plan, we have 3 different kinds of plans.
Right.
We have our long trip plans, we have our short trip plans, and we have our weekend plans.
Right.
So just to define, a long trip is like when we go out for a month.
Right.
And then a short trip is a week or whatever.
A week or 2, yeah.
Week or 2. And then
weekends are
weekends, long weekends, etc. And there's a lot that goes into that. So let's talk real quick about our long trips.
So our long trips, we kind of make those a year or 2 in advance as to where we know we're going. And then we make our reservations as soon as we can.
Yeah, so the factors or the considerations for long trip planning is pretty much who we're going with.
Right.
So if we're meeting friends out there on the road and, you know, going to spend some time with them, that's a consideration because usually we're meeting somewhere. And then distance and the time it's going to take there to get there. So if we're planning on being with somebody for a week or 2, it might take us another week to get there and a week to get home. So we start looking at those routes.
Right.
And Teresa does a really great job of checking availability along the way. And that way we can stop at, you know, certain kinds of campgrounds. We like KOAs. We have access to the military campgrounds, you know, Corps of Engineer parks, state parks, and whatnot. We're not really bound to any one.
We're not picky.
Yeah, we'll stay anywhere. I mean, there's places that we prefer because, like with KOAs, we're members, so we get points and discounts and things like that.
Right.
And then obviously with the military campgrounds, that is a wonderful, you know, benefit. That you can't beat it.
Right, and Jerry will have to do the military ones because I wasn't the military person, so he gets to do those ones.
Right.
It's no big deal.
But I guess the whole point is, let's say we're going to meet up in Idaho. We determine where we're going to meet up, and then for us, being in Oregon, and we don't like to, you know, race anywhere.
Right.
You know, it might take us a couple days to get to where we're going. And so we'll look, Mountain Home Air Force Base is in Idaho. So we'll see if there's availability there. Or we'll stay at a Harvest Host.
Right.
Or something en route and then meet up and then go from there. Our short-term plans, our short trip plans, we consider anything outside of 300 miles, anywhere in Southern Oregon or Eastern Oregon or Northern Washington.
Yeah, it's got to be a week.
Has to be a week-long trip. So that would be considered our short-term planning, and nothing really changes there.
No.
The route, now we could get there in a day and we could get home in a day. And so if we're going to be there for a week, we make sure that there's something to do there for a week.
Right.
So that is a huge planning consideration for us. If we're going to go to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, then we're probably going to go to Silverwood
Amusement park.
Right. So that's how we kind of determine what we do for short term.
And for our last one, for the weekends, we usually get together with the two other couples that we're usually going with and say, okay, what weekends do we want to go? And how far, are we going to the beach? Are we just going over Eastern Oregon, which is only a couple hours away?
So, Therese, what do we look for when we're looking at a campground?
Well, we're looking at availability. If we can stay there, we're looking for if they've got a campsite that's big enough for our rig, and if they have campsites for as many people that are going with us.
Yeah, and a lot of it depends on the destination. For us, the amenities of a campground isn't necessarily the most important. Like, we're at a KOA right now, and there's a swimming pool. Not going in it, not opposed to swimming pools,
but yeah.
But it's not something that draws us to a campground. We like staying at a casino here in Oregon, and there's a lot going on there that we probably use a third of it. So when we're looking for a campground, it's the route, and not necessarily what they have. As long as they've got some amenities,
right?
Water, electric, sewer's always nice.
Right.
We do like Harvest Hosts, and those are always nice because they're associated with a winery or a golf course or whatever. So we like that because then you got the restaurant there and whatever.
Or the brewery or the winery, right.
The KOA here, they've got a pool, a playground. They've got all kinds of great stuff for kids. We come here to relax. It's close to Madras. It's close to Redmond. It's close to kayaking. So that's the kind of stuff that we look for in a campground. Well, so that's it. That is how we, I'm getting ready to dump. So that's how we plan our trips and come up with where we want to go and how we're going to get there. And, the things that we like about it. So
if you have any questions, put them in the comment below.
Yeah, let us know what your process is. And don't forget, check out all the other videos in this collaboration. They all got a great perspective, great channels, and we enjoy working with them. Don't forget that, hit that subscribe button. Consider joining our little gang on the internet. Here, gang's probably not right. Anyway, and we will see you in the next video. Come on, help me dump, because I don't enjoy doing it. All right, we'll see you.
Bye.
What do you think?
I'm not helping you.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it. See ya.